Golden Gophers. As they see the number 16 team in the country, the Oregon Ducks, taking on a fellow Big Ten foe, the Minnesota Golden Gophers. For EA Sports College Football,
What? I forgot I was in a party. I'm playing my college football game.
David, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Looks like he's going to try to return it. He's out of bounds at the 28-yard line, and that's where this offense will take over. So the Oregon Ducks offense will take the first swing of the game. Hopefully we'll see a performance today like the one that this guy had last week when basically he just ran wild through the defense.
He made that defense look solid. Out in the open field, he's making people miss, breaking tackles, scoring touchdown after touchdown. This offense has vowed to find new ways to get him the football. So we're going to see something else that we haven't seen before because of this guy's unique talent in this one.
Yeah, and the defense, all eyes on him. That will be the main focus. More guys in the box. I wonder if it opens up the play-action game and the perimeter throws and maybe some big plays through the air because they know he is the man, he is the guy, he is pro.
There he goes. He's got the sideline going nuts as he gets it down to the 18-yard line.
Really nice read that time by the quarterback in the option. He had the ball out in the perimeter. He saw his pitch guy open. Nobody accounted for him. So you flip it to him quickly. Nice, accurate pitch out in front of him. Easy catch. And then he's able to do the rest. Look at the speed that time on the perimeter by the pitch man. Picking up a massive gain for this offense.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Leaves it with the running back. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
I'm amazed by this offense. This is how you set the tone for a game. Running, throwing on the opening drive, driving right down the field. You just run to set yourself up now in first and goal. They are beautiful.
He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Second and goal for this offense. They'll run play action. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
And you've got a golden opportunity here now on third down. I know you just threw an incompletion, but you've had a really nice drive to start this game. You want to cap this thing off, and you want to do that by...
Touchdown, Oregon! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
Man, great first drive by this offense. Capped off, third and goal situation. A lot of times thinking run. They got a perfect play scripted. Take advantage of the defense, get the passing touchdown, and get this party started right.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They took it 71 yards down the field, and the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone. It's Sims. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So the Minnesota Golden Gophers offense will take the field for the first time. no time throwing on this drive. Finds his man. It's Hurley. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. The Golden Gophers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Rides the back and leaves it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country. And we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
And the Golden Gophers will line up to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Gets the first one of the day off and hoping he's not as busy as he was in that loss last week when he kicked it 4 times. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stopped. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with his 7-0 lead. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Working that left side now. Stopped at the 47-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers. They'll snap it from the 47 on first down. A run for the quarterback. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
The defense really gets it. They understand what's going on. The quarterback is a threat to run the football. I have to understand that. It changes the way I play defense. Am I going to have more speed on the field? Whatever I do, I got to make sure I do what they did right there. Focus on the QB, lock in, and make sure he doesn't beat me.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
It'll be 3rd and long. Wants to adjust the pattern. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. It's complete on the right side. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31, and a big pickup on that one.
As a head coach, you love it when your quarterback is locked in early. Opening drive, throws a touchdown pass. Really nice throw on that last play. Here in the second drive, he's firing on all cylinders. You can tell this guy did his homework coming into this game, and right now it's paying off.
He'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Finds his big tight end. Turning it on. And that is a nifty bit of navigation to get through that traffic and get the first down.
As a head coach, you love to see your quarterback locked in early in games. And in the first drive, leads the offense down to a touchdown, throws a TD pass, and here he is again, making a really good decision and a very accurate throw to pick up that first down.
Blasted as he lets it go. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Working that wide receiver screen. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
For a wide receiver screen to work, you've got to have better blocking out in front by other receivers, and they're just not physical enough at the point on that last play.
And the pass is incomplete, and that's how the first quarter comes to a close. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats.
Okay. Okay.
Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And that will extend their lead even further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, it's a final now in one of the more intriguing games of the week, that notable ACC clash. Clemson made it look easy, but I promise you, there is nothing easy about a double-digit win on the road. And a win like this only confirms there is something special brewing with these Tigers. We expected to see a shakeup in the ACC. It's bound to happen in this kind of game. But this win is a serious statement.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. The Golden Gophers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Second down, he'll throw. Pressure coming. Trying to make magic on the scramble. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
When it gets in long yardage situations, defensively, you're thinking pass, pass, pass. How about the quarterback doing a great job? He wants to push it down the field, but he does a great job scrambling, chewing up chunks of yards, and now making this situation a lot more manageable.
Looking to the big tight end. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. And the Golden Gophers will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and look for room. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical in this group.
Man, I love that play by this corner. You know why? When you run the option and that thing gets spread out, your DBs have to commit to tackling. And how about the cornerback coming up, sticking his face in the fan, and making a play?
Oh my God! I can't believe I fucking hit that. What the fuck?
When these offenses
Bang.
they're hard to stop.
I didn't even know you could do that. I just tried it.
Take advantage of it too. Get another touchdown. This offense is doing whatever they want to do and having a lot of success.
That was a fucking rocket.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. They wasted no time on that drive. 2 plays, touchdown just like that. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to hit.
And down by...
And here comes the Heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes, as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
The Golden Gophers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Wants to go up top. Got his man. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on third down. Caught in the backfield, it's Moncrief.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Here comes the Heat. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
Yeah, and how about this defense, man? That's the 3rd sack of the day. They've been putting pressure, getting him on the ground. Not something they've been good at throughout this season. This defense playing better because they're getting more pressure on the quarterback.
Fighting off the defender. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And That's a really good job by the defense understanding leverage. I can't let that fast sucker get outside of me towards the sidelines. Nice job expanding with him and then going and making a tackle. One of the hardest things to do in football is tackle guys in the open field. Great job going and getting him on the ground.
He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. And the Golden Gophers will call on their punt team. He'll try to really get into this one. Here's the return. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. And they've found no answer so far. Already to the end zone twice, tacked on a field goal, and now back for more. Quarterback making checks. Try to get it to the edge. Finding an escape route. He'll step out of bounds right at the 44. A big-time pickup on that one.
Whew, that might have been a touchdown-saving tackle right there. Offensively, nice play call going with the toss to get that running back to the outside. I'm telling you, if he makes that guy miss, that might have been 6.
Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs...
Going to throw it over the top of the knee. A full dive to haul that one in. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Picked up some of what they needed on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. Touchdown, Oregon! And they take it in for 6 more points. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's sent. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the 1st half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the 1st half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
He stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a 3rd and long.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Last 2 runs got a big fat nothing. Let's see if they try to go up top on 3rd and 10. Looking for a crease. It's concrete. Can't get it to the ground. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the 1st down. The defense calls the timeout. They're 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. The Golden Gophers will bring the punt team onto the field. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Makes the catch and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. A huge return there. Steps out of bounds, but man, did he put his team in great position. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because
got some momentum to the goal line. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
nice play offensively. You go with the toss to the left, and how about the blocking downfield by the wide receiver on that play? If you're going to run to the perimeter, you got to have guys doing work downfield for you, and they had it on that one.
The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. The Ducks have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll go to the air. A little release to the back. Touchdown, Ducks! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
And this is blowout city. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen explosive plays. They score again here right before halftime. I don't know, guys. I mean, can we do running clock in the second half?
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. To the air on 1st down. Took a shot as he threw. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
Man, the defense smells blood in the water. You can tell. They're getting to this quarterback over and over and over. They've already sacked him a couple times. They're just winning up front. They almost got another sack on that last one.
This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Defense was swarming around this quarterback, and he never had a chance to get it off. And down he goes, and we will head to halftime. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, it is hard to beat Minneapolis when that town is buzzing as it is today. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. And with that, let's send it back to our guys at the bank there in the Twin Cities.
The Ducks will kick it off to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it. I don't know how to describe it as a coach.
They get it out to the 36 and on the move after a pickup of 15.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they'd made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
This is a situation here in the 3rd quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this, and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. It's hard enough to stop these guys, let alone when they get field position like this. They scored last time, and this time they'll crank it up from inside the red zone.
Nice job by this defense. Listen, you got to understand, they're going to run the football. They're going to try to milk the clock, Jesse. They got the huge lead.
Haven't been a lot of good plays for this defense in this game so far, so can they build on that one? Can they create some turnovers here in the second half to get back in this game?
The give to the tailback. They get him stopped at the 26, but not before he picks up 5 yards.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
Grab near the marker. It's Friedman. Russell out of bounds. They'll mark him at the 7-yard line, and this offense is more than threatening.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be
Going for the goal line. Touchdown, Oregon. That's the way you finish a drive and put up points. This dude is revving his engine like that duck coming out on a motorcycle. He is putting up points and finding the promised land.
And it's nice to have a guy that can do that. Goodness gracious, they just keep finding at Oregon is trigger men. Not only throw the football, but guys who can pick them up and put them down and make big plays.
Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
And off from the shotgun. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now look.
Oh, he's got some space. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up.
Really nice job there at the quarterback. Reading coverage, he knew exactly where to go with the football and at what exact time. The timing could not have been better. They get the completion on 3rd down, setting up 1st and goal.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Yeah, and it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot. And this offense just...
Touchdown, Minnesota! Excellent pass by the back on the option.
And how about this offensive line? 3rd and goal, you gotta have it. They flew off of the ball. They got some push. They made that easy on the running back to score that touchdown.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. Bangs it through for an extra point. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Bringing it out. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. And even after that last score, still working with a great big cushion. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Here they're trying to get to the edge. He's in open space downfield. Ernie on the Jets. He's got 93 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. And the Ducks, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again.
Man, sometimes it just gets frustrating, and you've just been beat down all day. This defense hasn't had answers, but now you can't let them run the football and just run it down your throat and be physical. This defense has to do something different and find a way to make something happen.
I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. Final stand to the game, and we'll start with the first down. They're going to ride this running back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and leading the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading.
He can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose. Defense picks it up. He's loose down the middle. They bring him down, but not only do they get the turnover, he picked up a chunk of yardage, too. What a golden opportunity for this offense, scooping up the ball, and now they've got it inside the 10. A first down run in the red zone. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
What?
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Into the end zone. Touchdown, Golden Gophers! This game is almost certainly decided already, but the good news is for the next game, guys still flying around, still playing hard, not really hanging their heads.
Long season. This is early in the season. Still got plenty of time. Still find out which plays you like, which you don't, and keep running them, keep getting better at them. So use this as practice.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline, and the coach probably said, you dropped it? You didn't pick it up? Come on, get on the ball, David.
No, that's not what he said. He said, you're doing a great job. Just keep your head up. Oh, yeah, he got blasted. You got to hold on to the football, Palmer. Turnovers decide games. Those are big plays.
It's tough on him, too, because he knows he let his offense down on that last drive. So you know that guy's eager and anxious to come out here and make a play.
The official has offered the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. He wants to throw it. Here's the pressure. Missed receiver there. It's in.
Damn, that's a long developing fucking play. Good God.
Like, great day. they've built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
Floats it out in space. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football. And you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Safety up top's gonna merge right. Yep, told you.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air.
Oh, I thought he got it, motherfucker. I'm going. Oh no, I'm gonna kick it.
The ball to the ground, fourth down coming up. So now on comes the field goal unit. Everything will have to be clean from 55 yards away. And he's got it counted all the way to 55. Never in doubt. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, take a peek at what's happening in this interesting battle in the MAC. Central Michigan has the lead right now. Mount Pleasant has been jumping all week, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by 7 over Kent State. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys. In case
Motherfucker.
anything changes in this meeting in the MAC.
Thanks for the update on that.
Ooh,
one,
no.
Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
Got to give this defense credit, guys, because all game long they have forced their opponent to be one-dimensional. They haven't allowed anything to happen in the passing game. As a result, we're here in the fourth quarter. They barely allowed over 100 yards passing.
Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. And a sack all the way back at the 5.
And it's simply been that kind of day for this offense. They've had so many struggles, and at this point in the fourth quarter, you're trailing by a ton of points. The defense knows you're throwing it, and they're pinning their ears back, and they're getting after you, as you saw it on that sack there.
On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down.
I got
Well,
you,
they take
bro.
a shot down the field. It's another incompletion. It's really been that kind of story. This defense has made this guy earn it every single play. Really small windows to throw into. One touchdown pass. That's a little bit
Oh, I
surprising.
fucking
thought maybe
hate
they'd have more in this game.
He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
I don't want to hit
So
both
the
of those
decision
on
has
it.
been made, and the coach will take
One
the
time
penalty.
pace. Oh well.
This offense has a 1st and 10. They are flat bailed out by the defensive penalty. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground.
It is what it is.
Got one. He stopped at the 21.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not opening up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Rushes on him. And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. And the Golden Gophers send out the punt unit. They're up to a half dozen kicks today. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker, who is so important to this team.
Under fire. Tackle is made at the 30-yard line after he picked up 4.
play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
This is the type of play that decides games. Are you tough enough to convert third and short from the 30? Motion from the wide receiver.
They're in the zone. Okay.
Looking to throw. They're working that left side. Smashes through the tackle. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it at the 12. The Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs.
And that's why, if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball. Close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they built this lead. They've had a great day today.
Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They'll move the wide receiver. Bully ball on third and short. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. 90 yards in front of them as they start the drive at their own 10. Slithers into space. There he goes. And he's got enough for the first down, and it'll be at the 35.
And you gotta lock in on your keys. When they run this kind of offense and they do the replays, somebody has to account for the quarterback, and they forgot who that was, and he made them pay with a big play.
Looking downfield on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to pass. Looking down the middle. Got his man downfield. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. Timeout is called by the defense. 19 ticks remaining. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on first and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Turns it loose deep. What a spectacular grab there.
Okay.
Try to finish this game with something to feel good about. And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. From the gun, he'll try to throw. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Looking to fire. Zings it complete to the right. Couldn't quite get it into the end zone. He goes out of bounds at the 3, but they are in business. After this, it'll be a wrap. On third and goal, they'll try to throw it in. And the pass is incomplete. They were going for the fabulous parting gift, but instead will just go home with a loss. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all three phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal right from the opening kickoff.
And that's how you like it. Forget the close games, forget the heartbreakers, this play could decide it. Just frying pan, meat face, ball game over.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.